Coming up,
see that a lot at the gym. That is a big no. We want to bring that down.
everyone knows how to plank, right? Kind of. Personal trainer Morgan Shapiro shares some tweaks you might need to perfect the plank. Don't reach for the bag of chips just yet either. Functional nutritionist MERYL BRANDWEIN teaches us how to select snacks suited for good health and make some too. The Healthy Eats continue with Chef ROBYN, who cooks up traditional holiday appetizers with a veggie twist. All of that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI, and today I'm outside enjoying the beautiful weather we've had lately, shooting some hoops. Did you know that just playing 1 hour of basketball can burn up to 700 calories? Even if you're not into the whole game of basketball and playing with a bunch of people and you just want to shoot some hoops, you can build some muscle, some hand-eye coordination, and even some discipline. Not to mention you can catch the ball when you lose it. We're at the Markham Park Fitness Zone, and today I'm joined by personal trainer Morgan Shapiro. We're going to talk to you about the do's and don'ts of an exercise that's a favorite of many, but often done incorrectly. Which one is it?
Today we are going to be going over the plank. This is done in a lot of workout classes, a lot of at-home workouts. So Hunter is going to demonstrate how to do a plank the wrong way. So as you can see, his toes are kind of pressed in, the heels are out, the butt is all the way down, we have an arch in the lower back, or maybe the butt is all the way in the air. You see that a lot at the gym. That is a big no. We want to bring that down. They bring the hands in together, texting on the phone again, and then maybe they're looking up at their friend or looking in the mirror in front of them, talking to people in the gym. All things that you're probably not feeling your core if you're doing it like that,
No,
right? Not at all.
When I do feel it, it feels tension on the top of my neck. I feel tension around my glutes. I feel tension on my elbows even, and that's not it at all.
So let's go ahead and correct all of these things, and I'll show you guys how to do the plank the right way. So feet are together, shoulder width. They can either be together or shoulder width, whatever is easier for you. The butt is flat in line, no arch in the back, butt is not in the air. And then the shoulder blades are not rounded, but are not super contracted. Neck is in line with the spine, and the elbows are flat into the ground. Feeling good?
Yep.
Where are you feeling it?
I feel it pretty much down my entire torso. A little bit of my shoulders as well, which is normal.
Absolutely.
But definitely right around here, which is where you want to feel it.
Yeah, and I always say, you know, stick with the basics. A lot of people too, you'll see them putting their feet on Bozu balls or feet on the rowing machine, and that stuff can be a great exercise if done properly, but oftentimes you see a lot of people trying to copy these videos they see online and doing them wrong. So start with the basics on the hand and then progress your way down. Focus on form over everything, as always.
Morgan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You heard her. Stop watching videos online and keep watching SoFlo Health. Growing up, basketball was my favorite sport. In fact, it still is. I used to play a game that goes by many names, but we would call it Around the World, where you start out at each hash mark around the court, and you try and make it, and then move on to the next one. It's a great game for friends, or if you just want to work on your game. After you've made it all the way around the world, you shot the free throw, you hit your three-pointer, we like to finish the game from the half-court shot. So I'll probably be here a while. Wish me luck. We're back at the BRANDWEIN Institute for Nutrition and Wellness, and I'm joined again by MERYL BRANDWEIN.
Great to be here.
So happy to have you here once again. Oh, actually, thank you for having us here once again, I guess that is, but here on the show. Tell us about yourself real quick for those that don't remember the last time we were together.
Absolutely. So I am a functional medicine nutritionist. It's more about what are the symptoms that are speaking to your body that are saying, pay attention to me, and it's not just about band-aiding with medication, although medication is important in certain circumstances. We really want to understand what is at the root, what is the imbalance caused from, and so how do we nourish ourselves, how do we nourish our bodies so that we have health, wellness, and longevity moving forward in our lives.
Snacks are what we're talking about today. Yes. So what do we have in front of us and why?
So we're going to actually make this in a moment.
Okay.
It is going to be our cinnamon pecan energy bites. So what I wanted to point out today is we're going to make our own, which we're going to do in a second, but I also wanted to address the whole snack craze, right? Because people say to me, oh, well, you know, I see veggie chips. But we need to pay attention to what the ingredients are, right? We have got to look at labels and understand what am I feeding myself, what am I feeding my children. And so things that have processed wheat, processed oils even, right? So canola oil, not exactly the healthiest oil, and that's what's in here. Not necessarily the best choice, a little bit better choice because let's face it, not everybody is gonna make their own snacks.
Of course.
But we have something like the cassava chips. But if we look at the ingredients on here, A, I can pronounce everything. B, I know what the ingredients are, and the nice thing is we've got avocado oil, no processed oil. So this is as clean gets in terms of a snack that's coming out of a package.
Right.
Okay, so now we're going to actually make our energy bites. We are going to put the dates, the nut butter, and the vanilla. So we're gonna just pulse that. And again, this is like quick and easy to make. Now we're gonna put in the rest. So we're gonna put in the pecans. We're gonna use the oats, and then we're gonna do chia seeds, cinnamon, and a little bit of salt.
This is some of my favorite flavors in here. I love chia seeds. I put them in my oatmeal in the morning.
Yes. And now we're just gonna form it into balls.
Okay.
And we're gonna throw it in the freezer.
Great. So just like this, and they go in the freezer, you can make as many as you like.
Exactly.
Go ahead, I can eat it now?
You can eat it now.
Perfect,
Absolutely.
I'll take a bite out of this. Oh yeah, I love it. I'm sure once it's frozen, it's got like, it's a little like more like a bar texture to it, but. And
you can make it into a bar too, right? You can
I'll find just like this.
Okay, there you go.
Well, thank you so very much for having us here today.
Thank you for being here. It was a pleasure. Enjoy.
Oh yeah. Did you know color, light, aroma, and sound can all be used together for therapy? They can and will when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and today we are playing some basketball, shooting some hoops, whatever you want to call it. And one thing about basketball, besides the benefits that you'll get from building up some cardio, some hand-eye coordination, and some strength, is it's a great social sport and a great team sport. Fact is, nothing brings people together quite like sports, and basketball is one that is easy to pick up. That's probably why they call it a pickup game of basketball. You can play 5-on-5, 3-on-3, or even just 1-on-1. So get out there, play a game of 21, or round a horse, or as we call it down here, round a health.
Color, light, aroma, sound, they're all around us, indoors and out. Some use it for therapeutic reasons to decompress and de-stress, but did you know that if you were to combine them all together, it can be used for something like treating addiction? Wondering how? I'll let the experts explain. Hi, I'm ANIVA ZAMAN for SoFlo Health, and I am here with Dr. Rodriguez at the Delray Center for Healing. Dr. Rodriguez, I understand that you guys work with mental and health therapy. How do you guys specifically use class therapy to mitigate people that are dealing with addictions?
We here do a lot of holistic treatments. When somebody has addiction and they're having different mood fluctuations or cravings and urges, it often manifests in some degree of anxiety. When it gets high, that leads to relapse. Class therapy, that helps reduce the anxiety without having to give them medication per se.
Can you explain to us exactly what is class therapy?
It's almost like spoon-fed meditation, if you will. It gives you a number of images and intense colors, and these images and colors evoke certain reactions in the brain, usually calming or mood-lifting reactions. The person often feels much more relaxed, they'll often sleep better.
Do you guys customize this therapy based on the individual's need?
The treatment itself has its own algorithms based off of certain biofeedback parameters. It'll kind of create a specific individualized treatment for that person.
Do they have to do anything outside of the class therapy to maintain, like any lifestyle changes?
There's definitely lifestyle changes, especially in recovery, who your friends are, who you associate with, what kind of places you go to, being more active, incorporating exercise, paying attention to sleep, proper nutrition, and of course, engaging in positive activities.
Now the benefits sound wonderful, but what exactly is happening during a class therapy session?
So when someone's coming in for a class therapy type of treatment, they're going to be sitting in the lounger, they're going to be reclined and comfortable, and we'll start playing the video. So through the video, it unfolds in a series of stages. The first one is introducing things like mandala, sacred geometry, varying light tones, varying light sources. You also have aromatherapy coming into the mix, so at different times, different scents will be released. It will be a complete experience where there will be sound, color coming through you, and we're arranging for the chair to also oscillate and move in connection to the video that's playing. We also offer acupuncture, where I will do tuning forks, things like the monochord, which is a stringed instrument tuned to one note that I play on the client themselves, and that creates overtones, and you get the full spectrum of frequency through the monochord.
Both in mental health and in treating addiction, class therapy, it gives them a new opportunity, find a new angle towards recovery that is different, that is positive, that is stimulating, something that can give them really new hope.
I've never really been that great of a three-point shooter, but the Miami Heat's Ray Allen certainly was, and currently holds the record with 2,973 three-pointers made in his NBA career. Many Miami Heat players have been great three-point shooters, and currently Tim Hardaway is the record holder at the Miami Heat with 806 three-pointers made as a Miami Heat player in just 6 seasons. One of the many reasons why his jersey hangs up in the rafters, retired. And I should retire too.
The death of a loved one is already a very difficult time for most people, but I'm here today at Memorial Planned Funeral Homes and Cemeteries with Barbara, who's going to talk to us a little bit about how we can make that stressful time a little bit easier. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, how are you?
When a loved one passes away, what can we do to eliminate a little bit of that already very stressful situation?
I believe that right now, because of all the situation that's been going on with COVID, that it's caused like an alert on families that they do understand that they need to get a little bit better prepared. Unexpected deaths are horrible, and with COVID what happened was even worse because it was just the magnitude of people dying, families dying, and many times I found myself serving families that they just were not prepared for this at all. And I think it's just very important to start getting prepared for this.
And what is it that they can do to be prepared, whether it's yourself or a parent or somebody elderly in your family, or just, you know, anybody in your family?
I think everybody needs to get prepared. I think it's very important for children that have elderly parents to start getting prepared with going over the plans. We do have a lot of different types of plans for cremations, for burials, for entombments, that the families can, you know, see what they want and discuss it together and see what they really would like, what would give them rest and peace of mind when their family member passes.
Why is it important to do that?
Because the economic situation that they can be confronted with at the time of death is usually an unexpected amount, and many times we're just not financially prepared for that.
What are some of the benefits to pre-planning?
Some of the benefits to pre-planning are that you're going to fix the price at today's price, and that price that you are committing to today will not increase. So if 10 years go by, 20 years go by, everything increases. So you're actually committing to the price that we have for you today. And it also, another benefit is also that you get to plan exactly how you want this. You can select your casket, you can select your gravesite or mausoleum. If you want a cremation, you can select, you know, if you want it with or without a viewing. I mean, there's so many options and so many benefits to getting this done in advance.
So if we want to find out more, how can we?
You can visit our website, and we always have advisors available. They can go over all the packages, all the different services that we offer, and we are open 24 hours a day. There will always be a director that will be able to return your call immediately.
Barbara, thank you very much for having us here today.
Thank you, Manny.
After the break, Chef Robyn shares her recipes for the perfect Christmas appetizers minus the meat right here on SoFlo Health. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI, and we've been playing some basketball today, shooting some hoops, and getting a little extra cardio in while doing so. One thing you should keep in mind if you do decide to get out there and play some basketball is the same thing that you should keep in mind when you do any physical activity, especially if you haven't done it in a while. And that's to make sure that you warm up before you get started and you stretch. How do you do that? Well, warm up pretty easy, especially with basketball. Just take a couple light shots, don't run around after the ball, get the body moving. You can jog in place a little bit, shake it out. Your goal here is to actually just get your heart rate up a little bit. After you're done, it's important to stretch so that you're not sore the next day, and there are a few stretches that you can do that would be helpful. So for your arms, a simple stretch that I like to do is called the arm across the chest stretch. Put your arm across your chest, take the other one, and pull ever so gently. You'll feel a little bit of a tug in your back, along your shoulder, and that's good. As for your legs, let me get off the wall here. Slowly reach forward towards your toes, keep your back as straight as possible. Then, take your legs apart, go one to each side, finish up in the middle, and for a final stretch, find your balance, grab one foot, separate your knees just a little bit, maintain some balance, and you should feel a pull along your quad. Take good care of yourself and enjoy some more basketball. The holiday season is upon us, and some people might have traditionally meat-based meals, but others might not want that. But fortunately, we have Chef Robyn of PAOW to help us.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Thanks. And tell us about PAOW for those that don't know what it is.
So PAOW stands for People in Our World, and what we do is we make plant-based protein using soy, salt, and water, the most cleanest label in the market right now.
Nice. And what are you making today for the holiday season?
Okay, so for the holiday season, traditionally, what is tradition anymore, right? So what I'm gonna make for you is some empanadas.
Okay.
Using our PAOW, and then I'm also gonna make stuffed mushrooms using our PAOW as well. Some people might stuff mushrooms with crab. I like to use our plant-based protein with the same ingredients as a crab, but just mimicking that. And our empanadas is more of the Puerto Rican style, what I grew up on.
Okay, great. Let's get to it.
All right. So first we're gonna make our empanadas. So right here I have our plant-based protein, our PAOW. I have it mixed in with our sofrito. Inside of our sofrito is onions, garlic, peppers, tomato paste, some cilantro and culantro in here. Shove it inside of the empanada, because anything that's shoved inside an empanada wrapper and fried is always what?
Delicious.
There we
Amazing. Perfect.
So then we're gonna take it and give it a little squish down.
There it is.
So we're gonna take these empanadas right now and we're gonna drop them in the fryer so give you a taste.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, let's go.
While those fry, you got mushrooms for us.
While those are frying, I got you some mushrooms. So like I said,
All right.
we got our diced up PAOW mixed up with some nice little seasonings. I put a little bit of garlic in here, a little bit of onion, some parsley, a little bit of breadcrumbs, and I put a little bit of white cheddar cheese.
Nice.
And we're gonna stuff it, and we're gonna put these in the oven too
right.
for about 5 minutes. And by that time, we'll have our mushrooms and empanada together and we'll be snacking.
Looks like some pretty tasty holiday appetizers. Which one should I try first?
Definitely the empanada.
Definitely the empanada?
Yep,
All right.
here's some little.
Get a little bit of sauce. That's really good. I like that a lot. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
If you guys want any information about our PAOW, go to www.getpow.com.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
When you notice yourself getting a little tired, it's time to trade in that basketball for a bottle of water. And you don't have to drink fancy water like me. However, alkaline water has shown to be beneficial after a workout, and of course replenishing electrolytes is always a good idea because you're gonna lose some of those in your sweat. I'm getting my 10,000 steps in. Okay, so I'm about halfway through my 10,000 steps. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I need some water. Second of all, I thought maybe I could use some advice from an expert, specifically a doctor. More specifically, Dr. Sam. So I'm gonna give him a call, see if he picks up, and whoops. We'll see what he's got for me when it comes to getting your 10,000 steps in, specifically if you want to get it all at once on a track. Here we go. Hey, Dr. Sam.
Hey, it's my main man Hunter. What's going on, brother?
So listen, I'm out here at Tequesta Trace Park in Weston. There's a track in front of me, and I figured, why not get my 10,000 steps in
Okay.
all at once? I know you can do it throughout the day, but what if I just did it all at once? First of all, is that a good idea?
Very nice. No, definitely. There are a lot of schools of thought when it comes to getting in your steps, but I always say, no matter how it is, get in your steps. Whether it's all in one sitting, 10,000 at once, or in increments, whether it's 2 increments of 5,000, 5 increments of 2,000, you do the math. But if you are gonna do it around the track, one piece of advice I can give you is you definitely want to go half the distance in one direction, so if you're walking clockwise, and then half the distance in the other direction. So 5,000 steps in one direction, 5,000 steps, in this case, counterclockwise.
All right, now what do I need to keep in mind if I'm getting my 10,000 steps in, or even if I'm just running or walking on the track? What are some things that you should think about when you're doing that?
Yeah, some other things I would take into consideration. The biggest thing is, especially down here in Florida with the heat, you know, the temperatures are rising, you want to make sure to stay hydrated. A lot of people ask me, should I wait till the end? Should I just kind of focus on my walking? What you really want to do is you want to hydrate throughout. Whether you carry your water bottle with you or you put it in a secure location, and every time you do a lap or two, then you hydrate yourself. You want to make sure you stay hydrated for two reasons. Number one, for your overall health, and make sure that you are not becoming too dehydrated. And number two, for the health of your muscles, because dehydration is the number one way people go into spasm.
Well, thanks a lot, Dr. Sam. I know that you've got patients to see, and I've got steps to get in, so I'll see you later.
Take care, buddy. Have a good one.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI, and we're wrapping up a day of playing basketball at Vista View Park. It's been absolutely beautiful outside, and I highly recommend that if you like basketball, to head outside and shoot some hoops. You know, a fun fact, I actually started my television career at the Miami Heat. It's one of my very first jobs, but I don't let it get to my head anymore. Anyway, SoFlo Home Project host and design expert ALENA CAPRA isn't as much a basketball person as she is a runner, and she was actually a former Miami Dolphins cheerleader as well. Who knew? Well, I guess I knew. Hey ALENA, what's going on later today on SoFlo Home Project?
Hey Hunter, good to see you. So year after year, home design trends come and go. Coming up later today on SoFlo Home Project, we take a look at the latest trends in home decor, which includes some natural and organic elements, and I'll be sharing my top paint color picks for any of your home projects.
Thanks, ALENA. We'll be watching. And as always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloHealth.com or on YouTube. You can also share with us what you're doing to stay healthy using @SoFlo Health. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health. I'm gonna go home. Next week on SoFlo Health, a wreath-inspired workout with Morgan, a walk along mid-beach, and we sit down with a 97-year-old comedy legend who still performs right here in South Florida. We'll see you then.